She admitted she'd been seeing him. It's been seeing him ages. We only went to bed together once and gave me a load of bollocks. I told her to get out of my house and don't ever come back. And that's why she took me out of the house. That's what I think anyway.
And how old was I when she overdosed?
I've no idea. So I can't remember. I was young.
6.
6. Yeah, 6. Yeah.
And she was in the kitchen. She locked herself in the kitchen.
I can't remember. I remember coming downstairs and she couldn't stand up.
You didn't know that she'd. You thought she just took her heart tablets, didn't you?
No, I didn't know anything about fucking tablets. She's always been on tablets forever. She loves tablets. But all I remember that day, I come downstairs, we'd had an argument, I'd confronted her about Gordon, and I told her to clear off and don't come back. Take your stuff now and go, don't come back. And the next thing I knew, I come downstairs and she can't stand up and she's all delirious and slurring her words and that. And I fetched her well and she took it.
Was she on the brandy that night?
I've no idea, son.
How often was she on the brandy?
When we went out, we had a brandy. We had brandy in the house.
Oh, she fucking did.
I can't, well, it'd be more than I can't remember.
Fucking hell.
She liked a brandy when we went out.
She fucking more than liked a brandy. She was on it all. Most of my memories when she was arguing with you and you had to argue back was she had a brandy in her fucking hand. She had a brandy in her hand and you had a gin occasionally, but she was on the brandy. You know, and it'd change her personality. It'd change her personality straight away. And anyway, that's not important, but
I'll tell you truthfully, what I remember, and I can't add no more to that. When you was very young and I met her, I was blissfully happy with her. Great.
So what changed?
Well, first of all, her family was making my life a misery. I left and went back. And all his son was vile, absolutely vile. He'd steal up you, he'd treat up. I've never heard anybody speak to a woman, especially a mother, like he used to speak to her. In the end, she said, if you're going to treat me like your dad did, you can go and live with your dad, which he did. Great.
At 16, and then I was born.
It was so happy then. She was pregnant. Gret, she's pregnant with Jamie. Gret, and Stuart, who was basically all right, went on holiday to Cornwall. We came back. We had a lovely time. Stuart loved it. She was heavily pregnant. We had a lovely time. We got back. Her mother was there at her house. I could sense a horrible atmosphere. Something was wrong. I said, "What's wrong?" She says, "Nothing." I said, I'm going to the pub. Come on, we'll go up to the pub. We went to the pub. And I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Will's coming back tomorrow." I said, "If that's the case, then I'm leaving." And I went back with that, and I packed my stuff and left because I couldn't stand the atmosphere when he was there.
So when he smashed your windows, what happened then?
Then we had arguments with them, and I went to work the one morning. I think it was a Monday morning, and somebody had put a brick through me massive plate glass window, and that was then.
So, on about obviously we know she was violent, but
when I eventually left the second time, I can't remember what happened, but there was a big row. She fetched Will and his dad down.
Oh, she got Chris. She got Chris down.
Chris and Will down.
Do you know about? Do you know the Chris?
I got a trial lever.
When Mick died, Christopher Robbins hanged my mother to abuse her because he'd abused her for years, and they were married, and he was an abuser, and Mick was his mentor. So you can imagine what he learned from Michael, and. I had to stick up for my mum. I had to because no one else does. Will wouldn't because he's got no bollocks. But I had to stick up for my mum to Chris because he waited till Mick had died and fucking come on the phone and abused her down the phone. Now I had to stick up for my mother, and the message was sent to my brother. He was taking great enjoyment in it, but not being able to do anything because he can't do anything. And it ended with Christopher Robbins threatening to I'll rip your fucking face off, were the words he used to me. So that was a threat, wasn't it?
I'd had the same threats of him. And one day I had a row with your mum on the lunchtime, and Will and his dad must have phoned him, so they come down to beat me up. I got a toilet out of the car and I phoned him up and I says, "Come on, if you want some, come and have some." I said, "You idle bastard, never work." And I slagged him off down the way. Had a big row in the street, showed us up. That day, I phoned Sammy. I said, "Sam, I need somewhere to leave a car. Put up with this." Sammy got me what's his name? Tony's house I could rent, and I moved into there.
Well, when was
No.
it? When was it? The address in Whetstone Grove. Now, I do have a fear of police because of the raids. Do you remember the raids?
Yeah.
Now that has nothing to do with us whatsoever.
No.
But you can imagine why I'm nervous with the police, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was atrocious to be a child to be put through it.
I got raided a couple of times.
Yeah, well, it's
well,
scary.
police after Tony Johnson because the house was in his name,
Yeah.
but nothing to do with me.
And he was they were just fucking after him anyway because they just like that. But that's got nothing to do with it. But I do have. I was surrounded by so much shit. There was so much shouting.
Yeah, I can imagine. I admit that.
And you know, when I asked you about mental illness with my mum, now the symptom of mental illness is suicide, and it wasn't a call for. It wasn't called for. She'd been put on misprescribed antidepressants because you shouldn't treat a personality disorder with antidepressants, and it pushed her over the edge. But she was way over the fucking edge anyway.
I didn't know what she took.
No, you didn't.
I
You,
know what she
exactly,
took, it.
you know she overdosed though, and
Yeah.
she was in fucking hospital for where she nearly died, and but she said my child was happy. So the custody case, you had to go to court. You had to go to court to get custody, to give me a better life.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of her and others.
Mm.
Yeah, and
I loved you. You're my son, and I wanted you.
I know.
I don't want to leave you there. I didn't want to leave you there.
I wish you hadn't. I wish you fucking hadn't. But anyway, I made the big mistake when social service. Another time, social services have abused me, just like this Christiane's social friend. So it's not the first experience I've had with social service, and that's why I don't fucking like them. And after meeting this very uncaring social worker with no aptitude for care whatsoever, who Christiane knows and got involved to get me sectioned personally. The social service took me in a room when I was a child, when my father had to get custody of me because of my mother's abuse to him and me, and I was put in a room, and I was that stressed. I tidied up. You know, kids play with the toys. They saw toys. I tidied them up because I thought, God, what is happening? I don't need this. I don't deserve it. Because I was quite stable as a child as well, just with anxiety from the situation I was brought up in.
Fantastic times with this.
Yeah, but I'm
went
just
to
talking
Israel and
we
everywhere.
loved Israel,
and we had a
didn't we?
fantastic time and
Yeah.
everything good.
I think my Judaism started then.
I think I've got a bit of blame because
You
I
got
should
all
have
the
com-
blame.
I
You
should
got
have
all the
completely
blame.
left you with that and had nothing to do with that. But over the years,
You
we
was
still
worried.
carried on
You was
seeing
worried
each other.
about me,
I was-
and
I
you
was-
were worried about Mum, and you did love Mum,
Yeah.
but she was incapable of having a relationship. She was incapable of being faithful. She was incapable of telling the truth, of being stable, and just being. She was incapable of doing any wrong, wasn't she?
Well, yeah, she
she
everything was something to
And
blame.
was it all money? Did she like to have money off you, and that was it?
I don't know. She did have money off me. She never paid me back either. But I loved you, and I loved your mother as well. I probably still do.
I know you do. That's the thing. I love her. I love my mother, but I don't love the fact that she's lied to police twice, and she's allowing this fucking nutty bipolar fruitcake to go around.
I think it's all right when
Pretending
people
to
get
be my
involved,
sister.
but I haven't had any contact with her.
I know, but that's the thing. No one should be. It was a private.
And I presume that you was living at home with your mum and Piggy, and everything was all right. And I found out just by chance, trying to get in touch with you Thursday night, because I wanted to see you, that all this had happened. It's come as a whacking shock to me. And all I want to do is
It's
try
a
to
bit
sort
weird, though,
out.
isn't it? It's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. And now you know that she's gone to the police, and she was even delusional enough to say that we had a very happy childhood at the police, and
And I've got to say,
And it is
your mother
perjury.
can be funny, but you can be funny as well.
I know.
You know, and like
And so can you.
And so can I.
You know,
We've had
everyone can be
arguments,
funny.
you and your mother
But
had
the thing is,
arguments.
there's a bit of a difference between funny, defending, and mental health, and to be so delusional that someone lies to the police in a statement about someone's childhood just because they want a heart attack to get your section to keep you quiet is a bit wrong. But
I mean, you've always said to me about your problems. You don't understand. And I don't, son. I don't. I think you've got to get through it.
What I meant by that,
So,
you
your mother,
didn't
so I don't
understand.
understand her
I
problems
know,
either.
but you didn't know fully about Michael. You know, you knew I had problems with it. You didn't know fully. And imagine a mother. Every time you've spoken up on abuse, she's taking you to the doctor and give you medication to shoot you, and tell the doctor, oh, he's paranoid.
She used to say to me, "Oh, give him the money for cannabis. It keeps him quiet. It calms him down."
Yeah, well,
give him, oh, give it to him. Give it to him.
she told police on the night. See, I'm back from Portsmouth. I had no
Oh,
money.
get it in.
Listen. Now, I've explained. I've smoked weed for a while, and it's not an addiction. And when I was sectioned, when I was in the cell, they came every day and talked and said, "Have you got any problem with addiction?" And I said, "No." I smoke. It's a spiritual drug to me. It's a spiritual drug. If in India, they smoke it to increase spirituality and thought. Now, some people who do have problems with mentality, they can't smoke it, and it can be bad for them. And the thing is, she told police that I was fucking terribly stoned on the night. And the thing is, the police come when Christiane called them and told me to sit in a bedroom. And I'd been there for 20 minutes, and I thought, fuck's sake, I'm going to have a spliff. So I started smoking spliff only after the police had come. And the thing is, I didn't tell the police. She fucking bought it. She bought the fucking spliff about an hour and a half before I got there. And I shan't say who it was off, because he wouldn't be very happy that she's causing all this and talking about fucking shit. But it's quite amusing that she is lying. She fucking bought the spliff. And
You're trying to be now about things that are not.
No, I'm talking about what I fucking know. But it's still fucking amusing, because I'd only just got back from Portsmouth, got no money.
He used to say to me, give him the money for a split,
Yeah, but
because it's the only thing that keeps him calm,
Yeah.
it does him good.
Yeah, exactly. And do you realise that no one had even said I was bipolar until the doctor put me on Zopiclone. Now, I had a paradoxical reaction. That's an opposite reaction to Zopiclone. Zopiclone should make actually. It made me manic, and it gave me the symptoms of bipolar, because I had a paradoxical reaction. But that can be explained because I was 3 months premature, wasn't I?
Yeah.
And I was injected with caffeine for how long?
I don't know. You were born like February, November.
I was 3 months
And you
premature.
came out of hospital about 2 days before.
Well, anyway, I had to be injected with caffeine to keep me alive, and stimulants force affected me differently. And obviously, this sleeping tablet acted like a stimulant for some reason. Very rare, but it did give me the symptoms of mania. And that is the only time in my life I've ever. And it wasn't. I just got creative, and that's it. Just got a bit creative, and I did a lot of painting. And that was the only symptom of the drug-induced mania. And it is addictive as well. And
I'll tell the truth about everything that I know, and I
yeah,
can
no,
remember.
well, I'm not asking
And
you
all
to
I'm
do an
saying is-
autobiography.
All I'm saying is that when we used to fall out regular, you came to the one day, you says, me and Sean are going to Cornwall to work for the summer. And I said, you come for money, James, don't bother, because whatever I give you won't be enough, and we'll start an argument.
So, yeah, I
In
know,
the end,
but
I
you're going
gave
back
you
to
some- in the end, I gave you
a
some money.
16-year-old boy who wanted to
you
go and
You were 17,
work.
you went to work in Cornwall. I used to come drive down regularly